when it goes live, sir, I'll give a little introduction to the students,
Yeah,
and then you can
that's fine.
introduce the whole program.
Okay. Can I just say good afternoon to
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Mrs.
You can.
Sorry, we
Yes,
only
sir.
spoke on the phone.
All to you. It's live now.
Live. So belum ketemu.
Doctor, we are live now.
Okay. Over to you, Elsa, first.
Good afternoon, everyone, and good afternoon, dear students. Nice to see you again on Zoom, and we are back here for you on this, eve of the Christmas, and with the coming of the new year, we have new programs for you. So we are trying to bring down Global Education and Training Center at the CMC Imphal, and student, you should all benefit out of this program where you can go in for your IELTS, OET training, English language training. So we're going to begin not only at the end of your final year, but also we're going to begin right from the first year onwards for the first year goers. So we have a very fascinating program wherein the NHS UK under the lead of Dr. M.K. Shashidhara sir. Sir, namaskar to you.
Thank you.
And yes, and we have a sir with us who is bringing down this program for India, nurses for India altogether. And the first center is here at Manipal, and the Manipal is kind enough to extend their helping hand to see that CMC Imphal gets its another wing and getting to start a center at CMC Imphal. So students, you're going to have another center there where you can study, and then have English language coaching classes, and then write exams. So they are going to totally support all of us. And you have to, because you need to understand that whenever we give anything free, people don't value. But you need to understand we are almost investing 1.5 lakhs per student. Okay, so take these coaching classes, and also till the end, till the entire process is over, they'll be backing you up. But at the outset, they need to do a rapid screening test to know your baseline, so that they'll be able to help you out in planning what is needed for you, a kind of customized learning training which they can give. So today we are here, and Dr. Shashidhar Madhapure is here with us all the way from UK, from NHS UK Foundation. And then we also have Prajol on board, who is a technical expert from Abhinava Group Private Limited, from based in Mysore, and they are helping us, with the entire technical support for the students' learning. So we already have one batch who has gone out, and the second batch training has begun. So you are the third center in India. So we have another center in MIMS, and we have another center in Sikkim, and this is in the Northeast. You are the first center, having this kind of learning facilities for students. So you don't have to go out anywhere and do your English coaching classes. Okay, so they'll be tracking through, they'll be mentoring you, and they'll be taking care of your entire learning process as well as a recruitment. So this recruitment is only going to be for UK. So you need to focus on your English coaching classes, and take this privilege as as a very something very unique, because you'll not get elsewhere. And if you have to go elsewhere, you'll have to pay a lot of money. Okay, so here it comes a free package for you. So take it seriously, and don't take it lightly. And but a lot of dedication is required from you, dear students. And you have a very good campus, and you have got good facilities. Only thing is that on the days of the classes, you will need to utilize your you need to have your technical support. So we'll work with Chun, your principal, who will be helping you out, and Sister Renu and Father James, who will be helping you out with the facilities, technical facilities, which is available in your college premises. And also, you need to have a good internet facilities. That is very important, because when classes are held, you need to have very good connectivity. So these are only the requirement from your end, and your enthusiasm and your dream to reach international platform. So over to you, sir.
Yes, there is a lot of audio disturbance. Prajwal, just mute yourself. Okay. Right. Good afternoon to all the everyone back in India. So it's good morning from me here in UK. Thank you, Professor Elsa, for that sound introduction to the Global Training Education Center English program and the nursing training program in UK. I also want to extend my thanks to Mrs. Chulu, who the principal of CMC Imphala, for giving me an opportunity to speak to all of your student nurses and the nurses who are there. Currently, I can see there are 58 nurses on the YouTube watching this. Now I think it's going up. I'm going to do a presentation about what this program is about, what are we intending to do, and then take you through, and that's what I'm going to do. So I'm sure there will be a lot of questions will come up throughout the course of my talk. So those people who are watching this talk on the YouTube, if you can put your comments in the chat or any questions for that matter, I'll pick it up. I'll answer those questions to you as and when it is visible. It doesn't matter when you ask the questions, I will pick it up, I will answer those questions. Right. With that, let me start sharing the screen and let me begin. Right. Prajwal, can you see my PowerPoint slide presentation? Yeah.
Yeah, it's visible. It's in present mode. Yes.
Right. So today I'm going to be specifically concentrating on the first bit of the program called rapid assessment test that's being given out to all the nurses in CMC College of Nursing in Imphal. We don't exclude any year, we are doing it for every year. How we manage further on will vary. So this is only possible because of our long-term relation with Manipal College of Nursing under MAHE, and we have a very good collaborative program and MOU with them. And we are working towards going to each institute which is nominated by Manipal College of Nursing and MAHE under the leadership of Professor Anis George and Professor Elsa Sana. So what is another important thing to know is this program can only be delivered with the support of somebody who is able to go and put in things in place. So that organization is Abhinava Global Academy. So Abhinava Global Academy works with the Global Training Education Center. They work for us. They will deliver all the different things, whether it is English coaching, whether it's organizing the lectures, whether organizing any training. They will work with Manipal College of Nursing, us, and with you. So that's important to know. So who am I? I am an anesthetist by background. People call me Shashi. I am from originally from Bangalore. I am the deputy lead for the quality of the Global Training and Education Center. I am in charge of both the medical and the nursing program. So I actually run the interview course for the nurses. I'm also an honorary senior lecturer with the Edil University. That's where I come from. Okay, so I'm just going to go to the next slide. So this is our motto. So this is important for us because we recognize that everybody has got talent, and nothing is more common than unsuccessful people with talent. So that reason why people aren't successful is because we don't go look for the talent. We don't look for supporting those people who have got talent. We feel they are unsuccessful. So our motto is to work with you and be that person with the talent, and we can nurture you and help you to reach your full potential. Right, throughout your journey through the nursing program, through the English program, and further, you will have go through various stages. There are times when you not necessarily achieve what you want. You might time that as a failure, but however, what we do is we actually look at the successful part of you, celebrate that. That's important, that what you've done well. Identify why you are not successful rather than looking at failure as a failure, looking at what can be done. So we nurture that, support you further. So that means throughout this process, so long as you are willing to walk with us, you are willing to run the journey and walk with us and to work with us. We are here to support you, identify where your weaknesses are, and to nurture you so that you can reach your full potential. So ultimately, what we want to do is unlock your full potential. And I and my team here, and none of your teachers out there in CMC, College of Nursing in Imphal, neither Manipal Nursing College, none of us are going to give up on you. The only person who can give up is you. So long as you are willing to work with us, we are here to support you. So we are here to support you to come and join the National Health Service uh, under a Learn, Earn, Return and Excel program. I'm just going to give you a rough idea about what the NHS is about. NHS is the healthcare system in UK. Are you okay? Yeah. NHS is a healthcare system in UK, and NHS provides the healthcare free at the point of care. That means 90% of the British public gets NHS care free of charge without getting any penny, without paying a single penny. Right, let me just check. Okay, I'm just going to make my colleague the co-host because he cannot admit other people in. Right, so NHS, there is private healthcare in UK, very small amount, mainly for planned cases. Any emergency in NHS, it will come to NHS. So if I were to give you example, how big is NHS? NHS spends 120 billion pounds per year, enormous amount, and it is the third biggest employer in the world. The first biggest employer is Chinese Army. Second biggest employer is Indian Railways. The third biggest is NHS. So you can imagine how big is NHS, and you'd become part of working for NHS, right? So NHS, the way NHS delivers good quality care, safe care for the patient is to make sure we have the right number of people. And it's not just about having right number of people, it's also having right number of people with the right skills. That means we are interested in making sure everybody who works in NHS is adequately resourced with appropriate skills, knowledge, and be able to perform. So that means we are interested in making sure you get the best skill-based education. So that's what the program you're going to come for. You're going to come for a 3 years program first, then further on you can decide what you want to do. This 3 years programs, in the year 1 will start with the basic skills of nursing to adapt to this country, and subsequently you can specialize. And there is no limit. It's entirely up to you where you want to reach. I have great example of many nurses from India, all over India, not just Kerala, everywhere. Even from, I have a colleague who is a advanced nurse practitioner. She's from Sikkim. She's been working with us for last 10 years. She actually has her own clinic. So that is a kind of things you can do with NHS. Right. So we are interested in promoting you in terms of skill-based training. Let me just go to the next one. Right. The first and foremost things we need to do. Yeah. So I think we already joined on the YouTube. I don't need to do that. So I'm going to take you through the rapid assessments test today. It is the first step. I will tell you why in a minute. First and foremost thing is to install English Core application. Those who have not done it before, if you not got instructions on the WhatsApp, I'm going to ask Prajwal, who is the part of the Abhinava Global Academy, to send you the link, and you need to install the application. Then I'm also going to take you through an English Core test with a real test example video, which I took. Here's my exam. I will show you. Then I will look at some of the questions on the chat and take some such questions. And most importantly, you need to know is what will we do afterwards. Okay. You are going to get one of these links from Prajwal. So if you are using an Android phone, then you need to install English Core application from the Google Play Store, and you search for English Core, or you click on this link from your WhatsApp, it will install the application. If you are using iPhone, you need to do that. So it is essential, it's very essential that you install the application on your mobile phone, and you need to take the test on the mobile phone. The test itself takes about 40 minutes. I'll take you through the test now. Right, I'm going to, it's a video, it doesn't have any sound. I will be talking throughout the video. I'll be pausing the video and I'll stop and we'll try and take you through the test. Right, so I'm just going to restart. So once you install the application, you need to begin by clicking on the get started button. So this is to open an account. To open an account, number one, you should have installed this application on a mobile phone. Second one, you need a Gmail email address of some sort. It doesn't have to be Gmail. So you click on get started. Oh, sorry, I'm just going back actually. Right. Get started, enter your email address, and you need to put a password. So I've done that. Prajwal, is the video well visible?
Yes, it's visible, sir.
So that's my email address. Please don't send me an email on that. Click sign up after the putting the password. So then it will display. So at this point, it doesn't matter what your level is. So even if you pick beginner, intermediate, advanced, feel free whichever you want. If you're not sure, just click on intermediate. Okay. So once you've done that, it will take you further. It will go through a list of checking. So it will check various different things. So what's my job? So currently I will just put it as I'm a student. So click on that. So then you will get various different offers. Ignore all these offers. You don't need to go through any of the offers. So then it will get you ready for that test. So it has got 3 components. So one is grammar and vocabulary, reading and listening. So click OK. Then it will check your sound. Check sound. Do not proceed if you cannot hear the sound. So you need to make sure you can hear it. If you can't hear, then you won't be able to proceed with the test. It's fairly simple. It will adjust your sound setting automatically. So allow the camera. You need the camera because throughout the test, it will take you a snap of you, making sure you're the one. So I'm just going to go back a tiny notch there. Allow the camera. It will come up with a little warning that you need to allow. So you need to allow your camera, English Core, to use your camera. In an iPhone, it might bring up the settings. In the settings, you will have to allow camera on the English Core app. Same thing. If you do that, then you go to the next step where it will see whether your video is there. If you don't see a picture, don't go further. This is the first test. Let me just admit somebody. So this is the time. So let me just come back. Tiny notch. So the first test is your practice test. Okay. I hope all of you are with me. No need to enter the connect code. Just click on the start test. So this is the first test. So I'm going to allow you to have test twice. The first one is a test where you can practice, you know how the test is going to be. Click on that and you are ready to go. Right. The first one is a grammar and vocabulary. So essentially, this is give you a sentence. You just need to fill the right word in the blank space. The company is losing a lot of money, comma, unfortunately, we need to close this office. So what's the best word? I think I put, as you know, hair salon. Is anybody dash tomorrow afternoon? I put available tomorrow afternoon. So series of questions, very, very simple to start with, gets a bit more complicated. It will test your grammar and vocabulary to whether you choose the right word. So this becomes the majority of the test. As you can see, the timer at the top, you can see there is a timer at the top being displayed, how much time you got, your picture is there. So you do that, that's the section 1. Okay, the next part of the test is the reading. I basically fast forward the listening part, so you just do the reading. In the reading, you are given quite a long passage. You will need quite a bit of time. So what you need to do is you need to choose the best heading for the text. Yeah. So this one is about job application. We're talking about writing the CV, which you used to do with the cover letter, but nowadays you need to do a lot more things. You got to lobby. So I choose the heading as selling yourself to the 21st century job market. Right. Let me just go further. So I'm taking time to read. Obviously, that's what has been recorded. You can read load, doesn't matter. They won't. Reading the passage, text match the right heading. So you just need to do that. That's the second section. So I will, once you finish the reading, you will then have to do the listening. That will need a lot more time. Both the reading and listening need more time. So I think I've choose selling yourself to the 21st century job market. Let me see whether I'm right. So read it carefully, choose the right heading. Okay. So why do you do this test? The test is done to essentially know the level of your English. It is not a pass or fail. We don't reject anybody. Everybody who take part in the test will have some support. Depending on your score, we will vary what kind of coaching you get. If you are year 1, 2, and 3, the coaching may be similar, may vary depending on what level you are. But those who are in the final and nearly finished the exam, some of you might be selected for an intense 16 weeks coaching, which I'll take you through in a minute. So this is the second paragraph. It's about internet celebrity. So talking about what's the best heading for this. So even though it is talking about that internet celebrity, but the question, if you look at what it is, the last bit of the section is the listening. So this is important for you to understand. So you click on the play button and there will be example first. So what is it about? Listen to the conversation, identify the topic or the theme of the conversation. You can listen twice. You're allowed to listen twice of each recording. Each recording is about 30 seconds duration. You will need time, so make some time. You will need at least 10 minutes for this section. So let's go further. So this will play. So as you can see, it will play and it will show it's playing. That's when you can listen to it carefully. And man and woman are talking about a film they have seen. What do the man and woman agree on? So it's about a feedback of what the film is about and what did they think about. And you need to, they might talk about all the different things, acting, special effects, action sequences, but the thing about they agree is what is the main part of this heading for this. So this is a man and woman are talking about holidays. Again, you click that and finally they reach a position about what kind of holiday the man's wife will prefer this year. You will need to listen to it and choose one of these topic headings or the theme of the conversations. So once you do this, finish this, then you will finish the test. So like I said, the test takes 40 minutes. You can take time to read, you will need time to listen. The grammar vocabulary is probably quicker ones, lot more questions, but these listening and reading takes more time. I just got one more and then I will go further a little bit more into this. So I might go on a little bit further. Let's see whether we reached a point where right. So I've done that. My test is complete. I get a score. My score is 533. And so what do you do next? So that's important. So let me just bring you a tiny notch. So that's just, so we need the screenshot of this when you take in the real test. The next test is the real test. So what you do next? What you do next? You need to repeat the test with the code. So you need to click on the I have a connect code. That code is on the screen. Use that code. We'll send you that code again. Repeat. Why that code is important? So when you take a practice test, even though I can't figure out who exactly has taken the test. But when you put a connect code, that's when I know you are from CMC Imphal and I exactly know what your score is. And I can then take the score sheet to our English language team. They will work on, then they will decide what kind of English language support you will need, what kind of class we need to build. It's important that you use this code. So essentially, next time you restart the test, add the connect code, and the final bit is important for you to, once you complete the test, score is displayed. You take a screenshot, share that with us. So you need to share it with the Abhinav Global Academy, the people who have done the WhatsApp group. And we also get a data form. The data form has got your details. We need your full name, your email address, your college, where you come from, very important, and your score. Please fill that in. And important thing for you to know is that once we get the result, it will take some time for us, 2 to 3 weeks for us to make a plan. And the plan of your English coaching happens through your institute. Okay, we don't, even though we got the data, we don't bypass them. It's important, our relationship with Manipal Nursing College, any institute associated with that, CMC Nursing College in Fall is very important. That's our long-term relationship. We want to grow together. It's important for you to understand that whatever happens, it happens through institute, and we would, because we want to work towards developing your nursing college as well. or the nursing staff. That's where we're coming from. Right. Okay, that's my video. I'm just going to go to the next section. So I will take some questions now in a minute, but let me just have a look at any questions in the chat before I go further. Let me just see. Right. Prajwal,
Just a second. I'm also.
you need to have a look at the questions. I'm going to ask, I know I want to say hello to Mrs. Chinlu, Sister Renu. I'm sorry, I can't, the name displayed is QCOM BTD. I'm sorry. Please pardon me if I didn't get your name.
All right.
Right. Sister Renu, you're on mute. Any questions from any three of you from CMC? Yes. Any exam for the training is to open to all the students, those who have interest. Know that the first basic screening test of English is open to all the students, and it's about how long. It depends on the score really, and also some of the things will come in the next slide, but it also depends on the English score and what year they are in. So let me just give an example of somebody who's just joining nursing college year one. Will allow them 6 months time to get used to the nursing college, get used to all the things. Then afterwards, we'll start with a much lower level of English because we got 3 years to work with them. So they will be put in a group which has got a lot of resources for English language, and they'll allow to join one class usually on Friday every week. And that can vary depending on, so to start with. But once we have all the scores are ready and available, our intention from May 2021 onwards is to work with you, to work on a timetable which will allow us to come and teach English 25 weeks in a year. So roughly about 1 to 2 hours a week for 25 weeks. So that 25 weeks is important because that will give option for you to think about your exams, assessment dates, holidays. So if you got 52 weeks in a year, we roughly come for about half the time of the year when it is suitable for the college. So obviously, we need to work with you in terms of designing the timetable, in terms of putting that English coaching lesson on that. That is for year 1 to year 3. So at the year 4, those who are doing the exams before February 2021, if they get a score of more than 470, we think they are at a level of English we can quote them in 3 to 4 months time to pass the OET exam, OHT or IELTS exam. So what we'll do is that give them option for getting the coaching. That coaching is far more intense. It is 3-hour lessons a week plus 6 hours of homework. That means 1 hour lesson, 2 hours of homework. That usually currently happens for the Manipur Nursing College students on Monday, Tuesdays, and Fridays. And they will interact on the Google Classroom. They'll be given mock examination test, and after 16 weeks, we think they'll be ready to do the exam. But there will be a series of assessment happen to know how they are progressing. Those who stay between 470 and 350, they stay in the support group. They still get one lesson a week, and we'll retest them in 3 months' time. If in 3 months' time, if they reach 470 and above, they will then join the next high intensity coaching group. So we have got plan for every one of them. Okay. Did this answer your question, Mrs. Devin? Sorry, I will get your name wrong. Apologies. Noria. Did I answer that question? So if you can put your any other question, Prajwal?
Another question on chat box. I'll put a message there again.
Yeah. So any questions from the people who are in the Zoom? Professor Elsa, Madam, Mrs. Chinliu, Sister Renu.
Sir, those who are in the fourth year, so in a week, how many classes you will be giving to them?
I need to look at the RST, this test result. So depending on that, we'll make a decision. So if they get a score of more 70, anybody who gets them, so fourth year, when are they doing the exam?
Their exam is in the month of August.
August. So I suggest all those people who are doing in the fourth year, we got enough time to work with them. So they are going to get one lesson on Friday, and they'll be entered into a Google Classroom with resources and assignments they'll work on, and they'll get a lesson. So if they're taking exams in August, I suggest we do a repeat RST in the month of April. So if those people who reach the score of more than 470, we can start with the intense coaching, which is 3 lessons a week plus 6 hours of homework. So presently, I would suggest we get them into a common classroom with resources, once a week lesson, and then retest them in 3 months' time, so that by the time they are doing the final exam, they're also ready to do the English exam.
Okay.
Does it work for you? Does that work for you?
But at present, they are all at home.
Yeah. So we can do the lesson. The only thing is, this is something which we need to think about. Those people who are able to join from home on a laptop or a Windows PC are going to internet booth, we can do that. These lessons cannot be done on a mobile phone.
Okay.
Okay. So we can
But
do
then,
that.
sir,
But when will they come to the college, sister?
Because still our government has not asked us to call them back because of the corona. So by chance, if they come back, they can have in the common classroom if we put on the projector.
Yes. Yes. For those students who are coming for a general group where we have got resources, the classes can be delivered on a single projector in a classroom.
Okay.
So those who then get selected for a intense coaching, that each group is 10 people in each classroom.
Okay.
So they need to be on a in a computer suite where there are 10. We need about 10 computers with internet access.
Okay.
So that
Okay.
will cross the bridge when they happen. So yes, if you can put them in a classroom on a Friday, we agree on a time, they can join. So that's fine. That's absolutely fine. No issues with that.
Elsa here.
But sir, these days,
Yes, Sister
these
Renu,
days
go ahead.
they are at home, no? So
Yeah. So
they will be joining through their mobile phone.
right. So for the timing for the Friday lesson, that's okay. So what we need is when they get selected for the intense coaching, that's when we will need them to join by the They can join by the mobile phone, even those Friday classes. That's no issues. So we can start with that. So once they are in college, then we'll think about dividing into group of people who are highly successful, where they will need intense coaching. They will need to join in through their a computer. So yes, the answer to your question, could they join on a mobile phone? Those people who are taking the exam in August, absolutely fine. No issues with that.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you,
Yeah,
sir.
Elsa here, sir. As you rightly mentioned about the challenges in technology, I feel because everyone who writes the exam, depending on their score in the RST, they'll be grouped, as sir has rightly said, maybe 10 in a group. So I think since you have a good lab, those students who get selected, I think they should be given the privilege to come back if at all, if mobile is an issue for learning. So they can come back and have maybe after 5 o'clock, 1 hour class only per week. So I think they should be able to utilize. Not all will come back to the campus. Those on a special note, the few only will be the final years. Few who are going to have intense coaching should be arranged somewhere to come back and have the classes done, because we do not
Okay,
know when
that
they
too
will
we
open.
can do.
Yeah. So another 1 month or so, I think this issue will settle down. So by the time you sign your MOU and everything, I think should be okay. So give first preference to those who obtain the highest scores and get into the intense coaching. So that you can arrange for 10 people should not be a problem in your campus, right?
I
Okay,
know
that too we
now.
have no problem.
I know Sister Renu, and I know Mrs. I've
True.
just lost another person who was in the call. Sorry about that. I was about to ask what's the name of the third person who joined. I couldn't really get.
Someone
But
join in between.
yeah, yeah, it is. Is it QCOM? Sorry, I have to get what's. I don't want to use the wrong name.
Sister, who is that other person who has joined us?
Sister Agnes.
Oh, Sister Agnes. Agnes, sir.
Oh,
Agnes is your
okay.
British name.
Yeah, Sister Agnes, you're on mute.
Sister Agnes, you can unmute.
Any other question from the panel here? Any other questions from the panel here?
So, sir, round about when you can begin their classes, sir, so after the RST is over and the scores are done.
Yeah. Why don't Prajwal, have you got any other questions?
There was one which I answered it there in the chat box only, comment box.
Okay. Right. So why don't I just go a little bit further? So this is the next bit. So next one is
Dr. Shashi, sorry to interrupt. Can you please show the video how to sign in to English Core app? There is some doubt in the same.
okay.
How to sign into the English Core application?
So let me go back. Right. So you download the app and you click on get started to get an account. So once you click on that, obviously when I'm recorded, my password is not shown to anyone. So even though I'm putting a password, if you look at it, that's my email address. Prajwal, find out whether they managed to get the answer from what I'm just showing now.
Yes. I want to pause you here. They want to know whether they need to enter a new password and then sign up.
Yes. So this is a password specifically for the English Core app. It doesn't prevent you from using the same password which you're using for your Gmail address or your email address. You can use the same thing, no matter. So you need to have a password. Okay. Does that answer the question? Is there anything more we need?
I think that will answer. I'll ask the student again in the comment box.
Okay. We can share this video on the WhatsApp.
Sure, I can do that.
So going further, so download the app, register with email, one practice test, repeat the test with the code, then share the results. There is a form address. Prajwal, I created a new form for CMC. So this is specific for the students coming from CMC Nursing College, and that link has to be sent to them. Fill the form and send a screenshot on the WhatsApp in your group. We have got a group, MAHE CMC group. Please share your result. Okay, what happens next? Let me just do that. Right, so this is the very rough flow diagram of what we do in our English school, GTEC English school, right? So if you look at the box on the green, the scores, those who get score of 470 plus. Have I got another question? Okay, the doubt is clear, fantastic. Those who score 470 above, also who have completed the final year, or already started the nursing course registration, any of them are due to appear in the final exam before February 2021. These are the people, if they get a score of more 70, we'll straight away take them into a coaching group. So this is a 16 weeks intense coaching group of 10, maybe we allow no more than 12 people, right? We give free 16 weeks intense GTEC English coaching. And once you're ready, you pay for the test first. When you join the NHS, you will get an incentive back for taking the test. So that's when you get it. So we don't pay for the test straight away, but you will be able to get it back. Right. So this is wrong. For score below 470, need to hide it really. Should have done it last time itself. So those who have got a score below 470, so free self-study resources. So we've already got Google Classroom page. There are already 60 students in that. English class to guide self-study. That means one class every Friday. Access to video recordings of intense coaching class. Some of the recordings will be allowed. Then for those who are scored between 370 470, or those who are finishing exam by February 2017, will do a repeat RST. If they score more than 470, we'll have a next batch of intense coaching group. If they score less, we go back to the same resources. So this is purely for those nurses who nearly come to the end of their training. So those who are in year 4. This doesn't talk about the year 1, 2, and 3. Year 1, 2, and 3, the RST will give us the idea about making classes in different group. For example, anyone between 240 to 350, they really need 3 years worth of English coaching. So we'll do that. Those who are between 350 and 450, they will need probably coaching. We can plan their coaching a little bit less leisurely, in the sense that if they don't necessarily need to have class all the 25 weeks, we may need to do 6-week coaching for them every year. Those who are above 450, we will probably support them with free self-study resources, one class a week on a Friday, and which would either be made available as a recording or they can join in. But obviously, how we plan for the year 1 to year 3 will depend on what is comfortable for each nursing institute, because we don't want to be coming in way of their nursing curriculum and their teaching. But what we could do for year 1 to 3 is we can do other things. For example, we don't necessarily need to do just English. We are also interested in terms of bringing in some additional resources. So I could get the matron of our Global Training Aging Center. She is an advanced practitioner in cardiology. She could be doing something around cardiac problems. So it's anything for that matter. So if you want somebody, external speaker, to come and deliver a lecture online, they can do that. And we can also do some practice examinations, ASCIIs, and other things like that. So that final question probably is, what is in it for the institute? So we talked about it before. We are interested in making sure that all the nursing teachers who are spending so much time in terms of investing in their nurses, in their curriculum, they get an experience about how things are done in UK. So one of the things is inviting the nominated people from your college to come to UK, spend a couple of weeks, visit institutes, also see the country, both of them, and let's exchange ideas. And also in terms of looking at some kind of educate grant which will allow you to utilize for your development of your institute. So it depends on number of nurses who manage to get through your institute and come to UK. So we are in here for a very long-term relationship, in terms of building relationship, in terms of building collaboration based on equal value, making sure both the nurses and the nursing institute develop. Ultimately, our aim is to make sure we give the recognition for the CMC Nursing College that you are a recognized center for Global Training Education Center for English coaching, and working towards becoming a center for ASCII examination. So we don't, presently what's happening is all the nurses who are coming in, once they come in, we have to do an ASCII examination. So what do the nurses get when they come in? So that's another slide. Let's see whether I got that slide or not. Don't think so. I will come to that. So I will explain that. I have to make a new share. Let me going to stop share for a second. I'm just going to open another document. So let me share again. So I'm just going to share this other screen. Can you see this full screen of this? Prajwal, confirm. So those people who, so those people who pass the English IELTS exam, the next step is to make sure they get a guaranteed interview. So immediately they get a advert where they apply for the program. So they get a guaranteed interview, free interview support. So that means I run the interview course, and free CBT support, application for the job, that support. And they will also get both UK and local support for nursing and midwifery council registration. We pay for the sponsorship certificate, free flight ticket, family friendly visa, We go and receive them at the airport. They'll be given accommodation and the food. The accommodation is free for the first 3 months, and they get, if they, today is Tuesday, if a nurse arrive from today and Tuesday, from tomorrow morning they get paid, and free ASCII training. The ASCII training is free, and as soon as they pass the ASCII, from what they are paying, from 19,000 it go up to their band 5 level pay. Then they get an MC pin, and we'll provide local induction familiarization, which is looking after themselves, visit to the library, where the shopping, where the Indian shopping is, where do you get your food items, where's a church, temple, mosque, whatever the religion they are in. They get a buddy, an Indian nurse of similar area, when where possible, if not at least nurse, to help and support, a named mentor and a educational supervisor who will guide them through their training, and they will automatically get a chance to enter into preceptorship certificate program, skill-based education training and development. They can do extra work, they get paid for that. Child care, up to 15 hours worth of child care, being with family. If the both husband and wife are working, the rota will be managed in a way that they can work so that their child care is also taken care of. Free school. If the person who is joining, her husband or wife is a non-medic, they can still work and earn. We'll try and see whether we can provide some kind of support in terms of finding a job. So all those things are available when they join the program. So I'm going to go to my other slide. I think I've already done that, but let me go. I think I'm going to finish with that, really. So I'm just going to take more questions. Any more questions from anyone? Let me stop sharing. Prajwal, are there any more questions on the group?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, yes, sister. Tell me, please.
If it is only compulsory only to 4 years and first years and third, second year, third year. What about those who are working already in the hospital?
Right. So, sisters, the first and foremost thing is, if they're already there working, so if you can get their mobile number and the email, we can actually test them. See,
Okay.
we got £100,000 to test all the nurses before the 31st of December. So we need to act quickly, because otherwise I'll have to apply for extra funding for next year, and that will take, NHS is just like any other government organization, it takes time to do things. So if we can get those nurses who are working, who are interested, get them to do the RST first. If they do RST, and if they get a score of 470, straight away I can get them to start the coaching, because there's no need to wait. If they get a score less than 470, we can still provide them same support with 3 months. 3 months. So get them resources, assessment in 3 months time. We move towards getting them become successful again.
For those GNM students also, no problem. No?
So long as any GNM nurses who can have a Indian Nursing Council registration, if they are given, then we are okay with that. They should have the country nursing council registration. So it's probably Manipur Nursing Council, isn't it? If they are working in Manipur.
Yeah.
So long as they're registered, they need to, so long as they have registered, then there's no problem. So even if they are GNM, that's still okay. They will need 6 months experience before they come, but let's get through this first.
What about the age problem?
No age problem.
Okay.
I won't necessarily somebody who are near retirement to wanting to come, but if they want, that's fine. We can do that.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Because some of our students pass out. Just now they called me and asked. So I just.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, those students who are passed out, can you? So I think what we could do is to, if we can have your mobile number, we can put you onto the WhatsApp group and you can add those nurses who needs to take, or find a way of getting the details over the next couple of days so that we can test them before the 31st of December.
Okay, sir. I'll collect them.
Yeah.
I'll collect their number and I'll send.
Thank you. Thank you.
HR.
Thank you, sister.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Anything else?
I don't see any questions there on chat box, comment box, YouTube.
Right. So let me just thank all of you again for making time and giving me opportunity to talk to them. Let's get as many nurses from CMC Nursing College Imphal. Sister, please let us have the nurses who are passed out already.
Okay,
So whoever it is, whether they have passed out about 5-10 years ago, doesn't matter, no age bar. So long as we get their details, and we just need their details so that we can get the RST done. That's the first step.
Okay, sir.
Okay. And over to you, Professor Elsa Sana, again.
Thank you, sir, very much for briefing entirely. I'm sure the students will have still some more doubts, and I am sure they'll come up with it, and we'll share on our platform, and also we'll share on the WhatsApp group that we have. So I think Sister Renu and Chun, you need to take little more energy in conducting that RST quickly. Otherwise, as Sir has said, 31st is the last, and the grant goes off. Okay. So, and whoever wants to, please let us know their name, email ID, and that it has to be shared to Prajwal. Prajwal will link with them and they need to do that. So please see that your students will download the form and download the whatever sir has said, and then they need to take the test. Once they take the test, Prajwal will have the list. So we'll be able to categorize. So I think we need to go ahead, gear up, and this is the first center in Manipur. I think CMC has to really do a good job, and there is a high expectation not only from my end, also from Sashi sir's end. There'll be high expectation from Manipur regarding the kind of job, the professionalism and also the kind of accountability which our students have. It is very commendable. So I'm sure the students will do their best. And when you go into the international platform, you have to be extra professional. So that's what we are expecting from CMC, being the first institute hosting the GTEC. And students, their students, you also have your responsibility. See, we are trying to bring in something for you. You need to value and take it through. So your accountability of attending the class, being very committed to the class that is assigned is important. You should not be absent for any of the class, because here 100% attendance is important, because if you miss, you will miss a very vital information and practice that is there on that day. So we expect that all of you will take serious this learning, and because CMC is like a residential environment, I'm sure that the managers will arrange their lab computer lab, and the students would be seated at least 15 to 20 minutes prior to their classes and be there on time. So I think that is also very important. Punctuality holds important to whichever the profession that we belong to. So wishing all the best. So Chun and Sister Renu, we wish you all the best in beginning. If you have any doubt, sir is always there on email, even in WhatsApp. And of course, little time difference between UK and India doesn't matter. That whenever sir is on mobile or on this email ID, you'll always get a response, unlike any other link that we usually have. He's ready to answer at any time our queries. So let's be united. Let's work for the students, and the students need to take this as their prime importance for their own career advancement, as well as their future prospects in somebody's country where they'll be highly paid and also they'll be highly placed for higher education, which we are looking for. So thank you so much, sir, Sashi sir, for the deliberations and
Thank you.
for laying a foundation as CMC Imphal. One thing why I'm back of CMC Imphal is this is one of the premier institute in Manipur. If you go, the whole, the entire standard that we expect is there in that college. And we have to also reinforce teacher quality, which is important, so that the students who come out with all these academic facilities of coaching should come out with a certain standard, which is, something unique than the rest of the colleges which are existing there. So I think we all hold something very important in our heart to strive and see that the center works well, the students come out successful, and the faculty definitely will be highly, it is our credit as a faculty, as an administrator, as a principal, or as any of our mentors, seeing that the GTEC center comes out very, very successful. So wish you all the best. And we are always there any time of the day for any queries, any help. And as sir was saying that we need to take up some classes, sir has a lot of people in his lab working for the OSCE and also nurse expertise in area of cardiovascular. We'll also organize for you certain, we did host telesimulation series. So we had a lot of activities of simulation online, which some of you have taken part also. So I will take the responsibility to host some of the international events where you all faculty as well as students can take part in a very, very, a comprehensive manner. That I will take the responsibility from Manipal to mentor through all the learnings of critical care into the platform. That I'll take as a self-responsibility and organize that.
Thank you.
Okay, I will do that. I will host the event. No issues.
Okay. Thank you, Elsa. So I just want to a couple of things. Number one, for Sister Renu, can I have your number, please? That is very, very good, so that we can put you on the WhatsApp.
Okay, sir.
Okay. And the second one is, can we all turn our video on
Yes.
for a second? We're going to have another
Picture.
photo, another picture.
How about Sister Agnes?
Agnes is not joining.
And
Yes. Chun, where is Chun? Chun disappeared in between.
Mrs. Chun.
Chun, are you online, Chun? Hello? Yeah, fine.
Right. We are ready.
Yes.
For a snap.
Yeah, please look at the camera of your laptop. Yes, thank you.
Okay. Prajwal, can you just edit little bit with this thing and send me? The report is getting ready. I'll send it across to my dean as well as Dr. Shashi, and I'll send after the finalization approval. I'll send it to Chun and Sister Renu for the publication. This will come.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Sir.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Bye-bye.
All the best,
Thank you.
students.